Kevin Inoue here, Fight Designer LLC, continuing to ask the question of, will cheap props actually work as props? So here at Fight Designer LLC, we've got some pretty high-end props. But one of the issues I found is just that sometimes they end up being almost more collector's items than functional props because they're things that have been discontinued or that are fragile and I just can't get parts for anymore, things like that. So there's always a balance to be found between when you really need your superstar hero prop, the hard-to-get thing, the cool item that just not everybody has, and when you need a sturdy workhorse that is just reliable and will last forever, hopefully, but nothing lasts forever. And when you need something that, like, semi-disposable. It'll work, it's fairly cheap, I'm not going to be too upset if it gets scratched up or potentially broken, and we can build that into a budget for a project. So on the lower end of things has been a lot of this stuff that I've been playing around with over the past year and a half or so from places like Temu or Wish or whatever. I mean, we've got these cheap shell-ejecting spring blowback guns. As I've seen in previous videos and shown, you know, there's things they can't do very well, like rack the slide. You know, this business, actor business you'd want to do that doesn't work with those. You'd break them if you rack the slide without pulling the trigger. There's workarounds. I've had videos around that. You know, ways in which they look cheap because they're plastic and you can see where they're screwed together. But another category is these Nerf guns, sometimes shell ejecting. So I showed a shell ejecting Nerf Mossberg before that we actually ended up using for a college production of Misery. But today I've got something else that I don't have in any other version right now, which is this puppy. Grenade launchers are something that, you know, in most plays and like low budget indie movies, you're not going to see a ton of that kind of stuff just because as warfighting goes, you got to have a pretty big production budget if you're going to be shooting grenades and blowing things up. And so a lot of the time, if they're on that kind of a budget, they're hiring armorers and renting props from places like Weapons Specialists out of New York or ISS Props in LA, you know, the big places that charge thousands of dollars even for just like inert rubber guns. Way beyond my budget, and way beyond my facilities because they can also get you know, they've got pyro licenses, they can blow things up, all that stuff. So why am I playing around with a Nerf grenade launcher? Because these are also used as less lethal munitions by police services. And so you see these at protests and things, shooting tear gas grenades. And that's really where I'm most interested. I've got some riot cop outfits as well. Occasionally you get shows about civil disturbance, either plays or movies, that can be on a smaller budget. And I think there's some important stories to be told around that right now, especially when we see what's happening in LA and other places where you have a mix of police forces and National Guard and other folks being deployed on protesters, on undocumented workers, things like that. I think there's some interesting stories to be told in there. I hope people will tell those stories, and I hope to be able to facilitate them telling those stories in a way that is safe and dramatically effective. So this, yes, I could have gotten a good, decent gas one, a gas blowback airsoft for a couple $100. But this was like $25. So we'll see. First impressions, decently packaged. This was the least toy-like color option I could find of the ones that they offered. And it's not bad. I'm obviously gonna have to paint it anyway. My biggest concern is these orange bits. Those are molded orange plastic, and some of these are in areas that are gonna get used a lot. So that's gonna have a tendency to rub off. So I may need to figure out some other workarounds for this trigger in addition to just painting it, possibly even like maybe some JB weld or gaffer tape or something across the contact area, so even if it gets rubbed, we're not going to see orange showing through. The stock is kind of chintzy. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, actually, it's, you know, it's a crane stock. I should check and see if this is mil spec, because if it is, I could put any AR stock on there. And I've got some extra real ones that would probably work just fine, and then I wouldn't have to be repainting this chintzy thing. But this plastic bit is not standard, so this does need those specific little notches there. These are just screwed in, they're not quick detached like they would be on a real thing, but you know, they'll work. And it's not bad, you know, it appears to be basically life size. Again, in real life, these would fire 40mm grenades. you wouldn't have to, I think, do the exact same motion on cocking. I've never fired one of these in real life, so, you know, I could be wrong. But again, this is a Nerf. It has a couple different kinds of shells that it came with, but they load up like the real one would. All right, you've got essentially a revolver for 40mm grenades here. Sound-wise, you can already tell this is the sound of like plastic and cheap springs. These aren't going to look right because they're made to hold Nerf darts. But, you know, there's no reason I couldn't fill those in and repaint them. And if they are actually 40mm, I could just make or find other dummies that'll go in. And it's not too bad a look for those. So again, if that was a fairly quick shot, I think that would work. Obviously, sound design would need some work. That sounds like plastic and springs there. So anyway, I'm not too displeased. Here's the other ones it came from. With the 40mm silver and blue. Super cheap sling, which I probably won't use. Super cheap fake sight that I probably won't use unless it's like background, not seeing it all close. But you know, as super cheap goes, it's not too bad. I like that it's got the flip up scope rings and all, and gives you a little something to see through. But it's just, you know, cheap plastic. But you know, not too bad. I believe this rail is standard size. Yeah, looks like standard Picatinny rail, which means I could put other accessories on here. I'm not stuck with just what they included. Not sure how this. Yeah, this may not be detachable because it's the cocking mechanism, so I don't think I can swap that out for a different grip, unfortunately. But it's not too bad looking. Yeah. So this gives you a before. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it up with some flat back spray paint. And do some detail work and see what I can do to touch this up a bit and make it look a little better. Oh, that just clips in. Okay, yeah, I see. All right. And yes, of course, it also came with Nerf darts if you do actually want to shoot some. Orange muzzle marking is pretty standard. That's just a big open barrel, which means I could probably put one of those smoke and flash suppressor things inside there. I just have to figure out a mechanism for triggering it, because what I've been using is gas blowback, making a little rivet inside move, and there's no gas motion in here. So when you fire it, you're not gonna, yeah, I don't feel any kind of puff of air or anything. It's just a little plastic thing moving in there. So I'd have to figure out another way that maybe even just get one shot. If there's some way I could get the Nerf dart projectile to set it off. But not actually have to fire it, but just the Nerf dart bouncing in. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to do some more looking into that. Think about it. Does that come off? Can't tell if that's just free spinning or if it's threaded. I think it's just free spinning. All right. So yeah, stay tuned. And what's the verdict? I don't know. Not too bad, right? So a couple things I found out. One, this is actually a standard style tube, so I was able to swap this out from the plastic one it came with, which I did paint. It doesn't look too bad as a crane stock or whatever, but just out of curiosity, stuck a standard AR style rear stock on there, which tells me that, yeah, you could put whichever kind you actually want. It'd still work on there, any of those. Paints up okay, you know. One thing I was a little disappointed in, I did get off of Temu also some of these more realistic looking just dummy 40mm grenades. And they do fit in here sort of, like they fit in fine, but they're a little bit long. And so it'll close, but it won't rotate. They stick forward enough that they kind of scrape, I think. The issue, and so it just doesn't really want to rotate and cycle through. And it can kind of jam up a bit if you try. So if you want to use other dummy rounds like this, you're probably going to have to melt a little bit off or something here. Find a way to get a little bit more distance out of them. Yeah, I can see a little gold scrape on the front there. Plus, when it fires, it would want to push forward, and these, you know, have a solid back. And we have the ones it came with, and here's the dummy 40mm. Obviously, a length difference there. Width pretty close to the same. Yeah, the Nerf ones are actually a little bit wider at the rim. Nothing to go in there. So, you know, as a shot of it loading, sure, but then you got to cut away before you have it doing anything else. But you know, obviously, it sounds plastic. It is plastic. It's cheap. It's a Nerf. But you could put a sling on it. You can swap the stock out. You could put an actual red dot scope on it instead of the chintzy thing it came with, and it'll look all right. So, you know, for the 20 bucks I paid for it, compared to the, you know, 150 or so that it would be for an airsoft, that would do basically the same thing. Although the airsoft would also give me gas, which would allow me to stick one of those fake suppressor bits in the end here and get a little bit of flash, which would have been fun too. This one, I'm not going to get that. So, you know, you get what you pay for. But as a cheap option, you know, not too bad. There we go. Yeah. So, bullet prop? Sure. I guess. Till next time, Kevin Inouye, Fight Designer LLC.